I'm going to shove the sugar down Spike's throat. I'm always wanting to go Saddle Arabia.
There was so much blood. My magic, I lost control. She was just so annoying.
Yeah, she is waking up every single day. Same breakfast, same shit.
738.
Yeah, 738. She's absolutely stuck, which it's dark. Like, this is actually very dark, but once you think about it deeply, once you deeply think about it, imagine you're stuck like this. Welcome everybody to a brand new video. Today we're going to be reacting to a video created by my Casey Valentine. Thank you for he explained a story that seemed very interesting to me. Seems like an AU and a horror story. He makes these type of things. If he allows me to react to this video, if not, then that's okay. But today we're going to be reacting to the most disturbing MLP horror AU I've read, and other ones I searched it up is like a time loop that Twilight is stuck in, and it could be very dreadful and like really bad for someone because you'll lose it then. All right, so I'm gonna listen to it for the first time here right now with you guys. So I've done quite a bit of reacting to AUs before. I've even reacted to 2 My Little Pony AUs, but this one seems very interesting. I'm really interested in it, so let's get into it, everybody. All right.
Being in a time loop would be dreadful.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. With the same events and faces. All the while, changes are never permanent.
No.
We've seen this tiresome fate be portrayed in media such as Groundhog Day,
ReZero.
Supernatural.
My favorite anime. My favorite anime is here. Let's go.
A particularly fascinating portrayal of this concept is through a My Little Pony fanfiction. On May 27th of 2019,
yes, absolutely.
a
Let's
fanfiction
go.
user going by the name of Kodiak would publish a story titled Diary of a Time Looper. The description for this story details of a worn-out notebook that was found. The thing is, the first entry was dated to be yesterday. Off-rip, the way I discovered this story was through one of those rare aesthetic TikToks. I thought it was for a movie or a classic novel. I read the comments, and yeah, that was not the case. I checked out the fanfic for myself, and here we are. I'm going to present the story first, and then for the latter section of this video, I'll provide my own commentary.
Alright.
Of course, if you want to check out the actual
let's
story
go.
for yourself, the link for not only the original will be provided, but a narrated version as well. Plus, I'll be showing various artwork and animations on screen. Enough with the yapping, let's check this baby out.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
The first entry is for day 32, and in said entry it says test number 28. We then have day 33. Using a combination of spells, our narrator was able to create a pocket dimension that exists outside of time, which was how the journal was able to survive the time loop. After that drop, our narrator,
that's actually pretty interesting.
Twilight
Not gonna lie.
explains the situation. For the last 33 days, Twilight has been living through the 23rd of March to AR. There is no explanation as to how the loop started, nor is there a way to stop. She wakes
It's gonna be
up
some
every
kind of super
morning at
villain though,
7:23
like, you
a.m.,
know?
and
So
throughout the
every
day,
single
none of the
like
other
super villain
ponies
could
remember
be
the loop,
like
nor are any
using
changes
some kind of
permanent
sort of
except the
magic to
journal.
stalk Twilight.
Even if she tries to stay up past midnight.
I mean, like, it could be like a super villain. We did have a lot of things. We had a super villain that tried to steal magic, to absorb all magics. Maybe someone's using the magic to seal Twilight in a time loop because, well, she's actually pretty powerful. So
She ends up passing
it could
out
be that,
and waking
but
up back at her bed. Each day plays out the same, with moments like Spike making the same breakfast and him saying the same things. So far,
it's all over again. It's ReZero all over again, bro.
Story.
ReZero all over again, bro.
Twilight has a bit of hope left that she can break the loop. She has talked with Celestia and Luna in separate loops, and that they have never heard of such a thing. While she's skeptical of whether they believe her or not, it's indeed true that there has never been a recorded incident of a time looper, or at least no one who survived.
Oh yeah, and I got well.
With the journal we are reading, Twilight tries to keep her thoughts straight, and we also learn that she has tried many methods of escape, only for them to fail. Twilight has also done tests, and she in fact does not age in the loops. Any of her cells that died are back the next morning. She hypothesizes that if she were to die herself, she'd just wake back up, but she doesn't want to try that out.
Not yet though, because the category of that story will say some bullshit. But here's the thing. There's one thing that Twilight can do, like, you know, I kind of think about it. she does anything at the end. I think she could just tell her friends that I'm stuck in a time loop. Maybe they will not believe it, but that day keeps repeating, right? So she could tell her friends that I'm stuck in a time loop. Please find a solution outside of my time loop so you can get me out. I'm pretty sure they can do that.
This entry with the fact that the journal
Or
success
the
gave
entire
hope,
world
which
could be
leads us
going
to
in
day
a fucking
34.
like
Twilight
time loop.
talks about the journal
That's
more in
different
this
then.
entry. She has to cast these intricate spells every night in order to keep the pages, which just leads to this question. If she were to forget to cast the spells, would she have lost all the pages?
Yes.
Or just the beginning of the last loop? Twilight also brings up how this time loop can all be in her head. Because of the existence of the journal, she closes this entry with a new experiment to test out. Does the loop repeat the previous loop, or the original day? The answer could be her way out. This question is answered in day 37, as she experimented with a small notebook and a few notes. Twilight used the same spell on the notebook for 2 loops before letting it reset. She discovers that the loop repeats the original day, though she hardly sees this as a setback and thinks about casting spells on herself. But first, she needs to experiment with organic material. It's on day 42. We learn she tried this out with various living things, including grass, apples, and a sapling, but the results came out inconclusive.
Ooh, what is that? What is that art? Get that shit out of my face, bitch.
And the sapling just vanished. The journal also doesn't physically age, meaning that whatever is preserving this journal could bring Twilight out. On day 43, Twilight spends the day out with her friends rather than doing research. She talks about them with such high regard in this entry, and they'll be there for her no matter what.
Yeah, just tell your friends. I'm pretty sure they will find a way.
Twilight, and her friends
They'll find a way.
That, though she tries to convince them that there is nothing going on. We skip forward to
That's
day
a big
52.
mistake. I'm pretty sure whenever Twilight got stuck in the previous seasons of any problem that we had in My Little Pony, I'm pretty sure she would ask her friends to do her things and ask for help. But in this one, she does not, which is kind of stupid. I don't know why.
Experimenting with some bacteria, and they were able to grow. This leads her to believe that if it were possible to enter a form of suspended animation, then something bigger and more complex could escape. That last entry coincides with day 59. Twilight experimented with dead organisms, and it turns out they're unaffected. This is of course a reference to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Luckily for those of us who didn't pay attention in class, Twilight defines the principle in this quote. The uncertainty principle states that the act of observing a sufficiently small particle will affect it, no matter how delicately you do so.
Yeah, I saw it, we all saw it, alright?
Though it'll have to take a bit more research.
I do remember that episode.
Suspended animation. It's on day 61 that Twilight decides to get a calendar. The idea never occurred to her because, well, every day is the same day, but she did miss a meetup with her friends. Even though everything is the same to them, Twilight wants to keep her schedule intact and have Pinkie gather everyone, especially since she's much better at dragging Applejack from her farm than she is.
I guess.
You can see the next line is crossed
She does not have time to drag Applejack off the field because I'm pretty sure if Applejack tries to be some kind of stubborn, she is going to lose it right there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Is it?
Enough?
I mean,
On
shit.
day 75.
75 days, waking up the same day.
The uncertainty principle, as Twilight puts it, is a dead-end angle. Nothing has been working out. Twilight has even tried experimenting with rats, only for them to end up dead. Though she doesn't give up, and we see her continue on day 129, where she still has a multitude of failed experiments. Twilight
129 days?
Breakfast Spike makes, and crosses out how Spike puts in too much sugar. It's at a point where she's getting headaches, and her magic is starting to slip up. As pointed out, she'll either teleport too far, or slam something on her desk a bit too hard. She concludes this entry by needing a vacation with her friends.
Her magic is going AWR. It's like,
on day 130.
I guess like that makes sense. Sort of that makes sense because I watch My Little Pony every single day. I know about these things at least. I mean, like at least a little bit. About her magic going AWR, I'm not sure if that's possible. I mean, I think like magic is something in their bodies that can be controlled throughout everything. But it could be just her patience wearing thin every time she slaps something on the desk. Because I think like magic are controllable, because it's in your body. It's some kind of spirit.
It'll be for a few days. Well, we know it'll just be for one day. Because you know, the loop. Twilight fell asleep at the nicest hotel there, and woke up to start the next loop. Still, she appreciates the break, and is ready to start the next set of experiments. Another side note, If this version of Baltimore is anything like the real-world equivalent, do they speak in a funny accent? Heading over to day 183, Twilight mentions that she's starting to get headaches again. The stress from the continuous failed tests is starting to weigh in on her even more than they previously did. I want to highlight this particular quote from the entry.
Imagine 182 days waking up every single day to the same day. Like, did I just say day 3 times in one sentence? Hold on. And like, imagine this. Like, you sleep, wake up the next day to your mom, your dad doing the same shit, your friends saying the same shit. The update of your game is the same shit. Like, every single match that you go in a video game is the same shit. Like, it's always the same. You will lose.
Nu korting op deze laptop tijdens de eindejaarsknallers. Bestel hem in de Coolblue app.
If I am truly
it happened
in the vaults of Kennerlock Castle. I'd like to believe that even the strongest locks can be broken given time and patience. But mine is wearing thin. Twilight starts to get irritated by her friends, mentioning how there are only so many times she can listen to Rarity ramble about dresses, and how each conversation is the same. As Twilight says, perhaps another vacation is in order.
Bro, come on, man.
On to day 297.
290.
Another day out with her friends.
Oh my god.
She speaks
nearly a year.
They are. As we can see from her various crossed out phrases, she's becoming even more fed up with them. We skip forward again, this time to day 365. It's been a full year since the loop started. Twilight's headaches are getting worse to the point where she can't operate under the unbearable pain. Even her magic is going out of control. Here's how she ends the entry. I need to find a way out. And soon,
March 24th, the day of the end, beginning of the end.
Pretty short, so I'll read them out myself. Day 401. I'm a failure.
401.
I don't know if I can find a way out. Is this for me? Am I going to be stuck here until I die?
You won't die.
Ever die?
No, you will not die.
456.
456. Player 456.
I can't even write it. I feel sick. There was so much blood. My magic, I lost control. She was just so annoying. I'm so sorry.
Let me guess.
Pinky. I'm sorry.
Let me guess.
If it isn't obvious, Twilight just killed Pinkie Pie.
Yep,
and
we know.
Those of you guys saying, no, she'd never do such a thing. You have to
she
remember,
is
she's not only in a time loop, but there is a 19-minute compilation of Twilight Sparkle crashing out. This is totally happening.
The next
we
entry
all know
on
this.
day
We all know this.
457 has Twilight crying and hugging Pinkie Pie. Twilight is overburdened with the guilt of killing Pinkie, while Pinkie has no clue about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Twilight points out that she was probably crying for hours. Skipping over to day 462, we learn that Twilight has been having trouble sleeping due to the repeated failed experiments and the guilt of killing Pinkie in that loop. She vents in this entry about wanting to get out of it all, the loop, her work, and her friends. There are crossed out sections in regards to Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and Spike. As you can see on screen, she doesn't have the kindest...
you see this shit? Sleep is a thing of the past. After what I did, I can't bear to close my eyes. Mentally, I'm exhausted. Too much to try. Any more experience. Not that they would help. I have to get out of here. If I hear Rainbow Dash bragging one more time, she is next. What the fuck? She is like becoming a supervillain. Take a break. Get away from it all. My work, my friends. I'm so tired of Fluttershy apologizing. I just need to get away. I'm going to shove the sugar down Spike's throat. I'm always wanting to go Saddle Arabia, but I can be back in the morning after I leave. No one will even know I'm gone. I wish I wouldn't come back.
Words to say about them. This entry ends with her wanting to disappear to Saddle Arabia.
She is absolutely. She does not have the patience.
572's entry is crossed out. Reading it just says, "I wish I could stop waking up." On day 609, it'd be funny if you got rid of the 0. On day 609, Spike prepared the usual breakfast, only this time
609 days
went haywire and she kills him.
Wow.
This part is kind of contradictory.
Jesus. Not Spike. I mean, I did see him. It's like, please make it stop. When Spike bought me coffee this morning and I tasted the sugar, it was just Pinkie Pie all over again. My magic acted without control. I meant to do it. And he just slumped to the floor. I don't know, I can't take this anymore. He deserved it. And then next one said he'll be back today, but I can't even get into the kitchen or I'll see him. Oh my god.
Guilty, but the cross marks say otherwise.
Yeah, she does not care.
Twilight pretty much gives up. that's only emphasized by day 723, where
yep.
she's living all three: the mundaneness of the loop, the
That's
guilt of her
crazy.
actions,
That's really
and the
scary.
hopelessness of escaping. She apologizes to the reader and her friends, while also hoping that the journal helps out whoever's reading it. On day
No one can read that
733
journal, but it's stuck. It's stuck in that time loop. It's not gonna get out. Then the next person is gonna get, like, if it was My Little Pony show, if it was actually a thing, I'm pretty sure it would be revealed next time that what the time loop actually is and where it come from. But this one, it just came out of nowhere, which doesn't make any sense. It's kind of stupid because, like, the time loop just came out of nowhere. Like, we don't know who's behind it, what's causing it, maybe an object or something. But she is stuck.
3.
So
The loop continues. Here's what Twilight has to say. I woke up at 7:23 a.m. Even that won't release me. Is
Wow.
this some kind of sick punishment? What did I do to deserve this hell? Can't take it. I have to try again.
Try
From day
it. Wow.
734 up until day 740, her entries are
Jesus.
simplified to just say, I woke up, before ending the story. That
woke
ending
up.
is left open-ended. Did Twilight end
My
up
God.
escaping? Or is she
No.
forced to endure these loops for all of eternity? I am definitely leaning towards the latter, as this whole fanfic is about hopelessness, no matter
Fuck
how
no.
close she thinks she is. Of course, that's what makes this story
Fuck no.
stand out from other time loop stories. As in those, the
Yeah,
characters
ReZero,
find
my
one
favorite
escape
anime,
their
by the way.
torment. I think that also makes this loop a lot more cosmic.
I mean, like, ReZero is kind of different, you know what I'm saying? As long as he is alive, he will not go back in the days. But if he dies, it will go back to a few days. He can change the outcome. She cannot. She
Most
cannot
time
do
loop
anything.
stories,
She's stuck.
It's always because of some big bad, or to learn a
She-
lesson.
yeah.
We don't know what caused this loop, and so far there's no way to escape it. The loop
Yeah.
just exists, and
Out of
Twilight has
nowhere.
to deal with that fact. She has
Yeah.
to deal with that fact alone, as none of the other ponies don't know and will never know about it. That just makes this whole situation a lot more isolating. As we see, her
What
friends-
if after which season was that? I think that was like a season 1 because she did not have any wings. So that means like before season 4, what we see after season 4, season 5, season 6, 7, 8, 9, that is not the real Twilight. Maybe the real Twilight is actually stuck in a time loop right
can
now.
only go so far, because eventually, rather than help Twilight keep her sanity, they end up making her lose it. I think the choice of having the loop focus on
Yo,
Twilight
that art is crazy,
adds
though.
more layers to this story. It's the
Yeah.
obvious choice, because she is the show's main character. That also means Twilight is the character we have more attachment to. Therefore, we want her to succeed and get out of the loop. But at the same time, Twilight is a genius magic user. What I'm trying to get at is that if someone as smart and powerful as Twilight can't get out of the loop,
No one
then
can.
nobody can.
Yeah.
That just puts into perspective how insane it is.
I feel bad for the
To
next
add
guy
on to
who's
that,
gonna get stuck.
Twilight isn't the most mentally stable, or at least, she doesn't respond to situations lightly. Both her genius and her sanity combined
She's crazy
make her the
sometimes.
perfect
Yeah, we will
candidate
wanna-
for something so hellish and eternal. I know MLP fans are tired of seeing gore of the ponies. Trust me, I am too. But should we really mark the acts Twilight committed off the table? Especially knowing her state of mind? Overall,
I
this
give her
story
props.
serves as more
I
than
would do
just
the
a
same.
what if scenario.
Is it?
Feelings I described.
Wait, am I the only one who's worried about Twilight right now? Because I think she's like the real Twilight is actually stuck in a loop. Dude, I'm scared now. Okay, yeah, I'm scared now.
Are ones I
Shit.
have felt before.
Should've listened
So
to
reading
this
this
shit.
fanfic hit deeply with me. Of course,
Still
one
a
must
fanfic.
imagine
It's a
Suzuki is
fanfic.
happy.
It's
I
a
mean,
fa-
the whole
it's-
idea
it's-
of
it's
journaling
fake.
is
It's
promoted
fake.
for people with mental struggles, as it helps relieve emotions, give more perspective on their situation, and keep track of progress. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
No more over-analyzing a My Little Pony fanfiction.
So this was by my Casey Valentine. Please go follow him. All right. If you guys see this, if it's copyrighted, thank you for letting me react to your video, and let's react to another one that seemed interesting when I searched it up. So let's do it. So this one is the Diary of a Time Looper animated. It's actually animated this, which got quite a lot of views. If you search it up, the Diary of a Time Looper, this is the first thing that's gonna pop up. It's called Sinclair Dugor. I don't know if that's her name or not, but if it is, I don't know what. Okay, the comments are turning. I thought it was by YouTube Kids. I'm like, what kind of kids show is this that it's gore? All right, whatever. Let's just react to it. Hopefully, it's not copyrighted. The song isn't copyrighted because it does have a song, but let's react to it. It's 2 minutes. All right. Please do not be copyrighted. If it is copyrighted, though, shit.
My name is Twilight Sparkle.
Well, let's go. Diary of a Time Looper.
I've been
moon.
March 2 AR.
My goodness.
It's still unknown how the loop started, nor how it can end it. All I can say with any amount of certainty is that time for the rest of the world resets
God.
every night, and every morning I wake up.
Could it have something to do with Celestia though? I mean, their powers of like, you know, returning to the moon and sun, raising the moon and sun could have something to do with Celestia. And as you can see, she does not have any wings. Or does she? No, she does not have a wing. Which makes this before season 3. Or if the actual, like, actual creator of this story did this and it's after season 9 or whatever season it was, she should have some wings, but it's crazy. She is absolutely stuck, which it's dark. Like, this is actually very dark once you think about it deeply. Once you deeply think about it, imagine you're stuck like this, doing the same shit over and over again, day by day, week by week, always running. Like, imagine, like, that's stupid. She even has to put magic to actually, like, keep the journal alive, which makes it go crazy. Imagine your mom rambling about collecting your clothes and doing the laundry every single day. You will go crazy right there. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, she is waking up every single day. Same breakfast, same shit. Yeah, 738. Keep waking up and waking up and waking up.
Day 739.
And oh wait! Whoa, wait, hold on. I thought she only killed Pinkie Pie. She killed Rarity. Oh my goodness creations. May God help us all. She actually killed Rarity. Nah, that is insane.
Day 740.
740. She killed Spike in the kitchen. Wow, okay. Well, this does... Okay, yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this fan fiction, you can go read it by yourself. I put the 2 links of the 2 videos in my description, so you can actually go read it yourself. But beside all that, thank you guys for watching. If you like them, sure, like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace!